Hi, Lori Steinfeld here with the Original Wall Stamp. I'd like to show you a few tricks with the roses stamp. I love roses because it can be vintage, or it can be traditional, or it can be modern, depending. You can do a white wall with a black stamp of roses, so it can be modern or silver. But I want to show you something really cool that you can do even with your kids. So I'm going to stamp a very tone-on-tone rose stamp. I don't need the level. And I'm going to show you something you can do with your kids, or you can do it to be even more creative. That's the whole point of these stamps, is for you to be creative and have fun in your house. So let's just say, well, I'm going to do two stamps. Let's put the roses here. Can you see that okay? I have to do tone on tone for a reason, because I want it to be. Okay, so we're going to do, let's just say we're going to do a vine, like more of a flowy draping vine of roses. The cool thing is you don't have to stamp the whole thing. You can just stamp, like I'm not stamping there because I don't want it to go that high. So you get sort of a flowy draping texture. Here's the cool part. If you want to stamp roses around your house, you can have your kids, or you can do it. Roses are fun on a ceiling, and I'll show you a trick for that in a second. But you can take actual paints, like say this is in a baby room, a little girl's room. You can take, well, hopefully it's in a little girl's room. You can take the paint once this dries, and you can just go right over where you see the rose, and you can paint these in a color. The rose stamp can just be a template for you. And then you can paint in, say your baby's room is this peachy pink. You can do that. And then you can just put in your leaves with a little lighter green than I have. But let me just put it in. So here's your leaf. You can just follow the whole pattern. Look how pretty that is. If you have these colors, or if you have a lighter, gray is really in right now, so the pink and the gray looks really pretty. So you can just follow the pattern and then fill in your own colors. And it's actually a fun little art project. If you want to add some purple, depending on the color of your baby room or your daughter's room or your dining room, whatever. So you can do those colors. Let's just say this is in your dining room. Again, I lost my paintbrush. Let me try that again. Let's just say you're doing your dining room and you want to do very tone on tone. So very lightly with whatever color. If your dining room walls are white, stamp it in an off-white. If your dining room walls are blue, stamp it in either darker or a lighter shade of that blue. Then watch. This is so fun because I love tone on tone. This to me is so fun. Like say you put the burnt or the autumn colors in. You can just follow the rose pattern again, like we did in the child's room. Or a laundry room would be fun in yellow. But you can just make these roses all tone on tone for whatever room it's going in. The burnt browns with yellow. So say that's in a dining room, and then you want a little, maybe a tiny, so look, you can stick a little bit of green with the rusty color. And look how pretty that is. Look, I haven't even cleaned my brush. You just keep going. A little bit of green, a little bit of rust. Do your leaves. Oh, I hit the purple a little bit there. Look how pretty that is. That would be really nice in a dining room or in a more elegant area. Then, say you want to do a laundry room. I love yellow in a laundry room. You could do it bright yellow. The trick I wanted to show you with roses was this, that it doesn't have to be like wallpaper. It can be a flowy, drapey vine. What's cool about roses also is it looks pretty in the corners on a ceiling. I had somebody ask me how to do that. What I came up with to be able to do a ceiling is to mount your stamp on a piece of cardboard. Cut it out to sort of match. Actually, a client sent in how she stamped. She was a little intimidated, so she started stamping her cardboard boxes, which I thought was so clever. And then when she felt good, like she got good at it, that's when she went on her wall. So that's a good idea, is to sort of practice on objects that don't matter. So if you want to stamp a ceiling, you need something a little firm so that when you put it up on the ceiling, it will press. And that's how cardboard would come in handy. And like I said, I would sort of cut out the pattern where you can see it, and then you can stamp a ceiling. But roses look really pretty in the corners of rooms also. And I wanted to show you this draping pattern in case you did want to come out of a corner and just sort of drape it down the wall. And after you get done with your big roses, you can cut these out if you want and just do one rose here and one rose there, and it's actually really pretty. And if you're going to hand paint your wall like this, feel free to elaborate and keep going. Look, so you have these roses, you can do some of those little berries that fall down. And if you look on the website, you'll see that I did that. And you can do all different colors, like the little berries that come off of flowers. And to marry them, you can do the little berries to the next roses. But that's what I wanted to show you with roses, and I hope you have fun. And don't be afraid of this. These are just colors, and if you don't love it, you just roll over it and start over. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy it. It's only paint, have fun, and be creative.